Hi everybody and welcome on board this Fairline Targa 29 for a look around her cockpit in virtual reality. So what does that mean to you? That means that you can look around where you like, you don't have to look where I'm looking. All you need to do is click and drag your screen or swipe your screen up, down, left or right, and you can look around wherever you like. We hope this really cool feature allows you to feel what it's like to be on this boat without actually being here. Some people are sensitive to camera movement, so if I decide to move the camera, I'll let you know beforehand so you can avert your eyes, and then I'll let you know when the camera is safely back down so you can return to the tour with me. But let's hope that doesn't happen. So, take a look around. What do we think? Well, this particular boat looks absolutely stunning. There's lots of white, there's lots of cream, there's lots of new things, and there's been lots of cleaning and polishing going on. She looks absolutely stunning, I think you'll agree. But let's start at the top, shall we? So above us, we've got masses of head height all the way through this cockpit, and that's chiefly due to this really huge, very nice looking and very recent cockpit enclosure. As you can see, it looks in nice condition as well, and if you just look around us, we can see we've got windows after windows after windows. Actually, very little blue fabric apart from over us. So that's got two benefits really. One benefit is that the sun and the daylight can pour in and keep us lit and warm, and also when we're at sea doing our high-speed jinks, we can see out and look out for other boats too, etc. Keep a lookout at sea, which is really, really important. Lots of the sides will roll up and flip up and roll down to give us different variations of when the air can come in, when we can let the air rush through our hair, etc. Or we can block off parts or open sideways bits to let ourselves out. But that may be up to you to discover. Nice big radar arch over the top, there for practical reasons, and looks good as well. We have stereo speakers inset, and then above us on the top of the radar reflector we've got the radar array, we've got the VHF aerial, we've got the TV aerial, and we've got the steaming light as well, so all up there but out of sight. Now, at the aft end of the cockpit, as you can see, really lovely U-shaped seating with a cockpit table. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but the companionway itself, as I pass out, as you can see, really nice and easy to get in and out, and once you're all in, then we can close the cockpit door like this, really, really nice and easily, and hopefully that will keep the children and the dogs and I nearly said the cats in, which is really useful. And once I want to get inside, that just hooks back, there we go, and I can just wander through it at my heart's content into this really rather nice cockpit. So the seating area here, we've got L-shaped seating, very nice and comfortable. I'm standing on the lid of the engine room effectively, so we need to be able to lift that lid to get to the engines to do our maintenance and maybe our checks. And the way we do that on this boat is just as a design feature. The cocktail table is moved, the cushions are lifted, the side locker lid is lifted up, and then it's a one-handed operation just to lift this lid on struts. This hinges up with it, and we've got quite good access to the Cat 32 engines underneath. We can climb in and out as we need. No problem at all. To put it back is just the reverse. Lid goes down, cushions all go back down, and the table goes back where it is. Lovely. This particular boat has got a nice folding cockpit table here, so it folds to make smaller or bigger if you need it. If you want the original, it's stored in a cupboard down here, which also the actual binnacle of the cupboard removes as well, so if the engineer wants to get down there he can, which is a really good feature. And also the original cockpit table is included with this particular boat, or it is on this boat, and that gives us fills the gap there and gives us a nice large sunbed, which is really important to lots of people, I'm sure. On the outboard side here, we've got a step up to the side deck, so we need to unzip this to get through there. We've got a handle here, we've got handles here as well, so as we're making our way around this boat, we feel like we've got things to hang on to, which is often a good thing on a powerboat. And down on the outboard side here, we have a fiddle shelf, a non-fiddle shelf, nice cupboard here, which most people tend to keep their polishing, etc, etc. And then just moving forward, it's a nice step up, so gives us an even better view from the front, and we can lord it over the people down there. You're sitting on this particular boat, a really lovely Helm Seat, nearly new, was put in place because it's more comfortable than the original, which I think is a really good idea. We've got a bolster here which lifts up to allow us to stand and steer if we want to, but if you want to sit down and steer more sedately and lean back, then this is how we do it. Nice big storage binnacle in the back, big enough for a packet of sandwiches, I think. But if we look forward, you can see we've got a really, really Star Trek-ish fascia with all the instrumentation, all the buttons you could need, all looking very, very nice and clean with some nice new additions as well. Looks absolutely fantastic. To just go through what we've got quickly, down here we've got an extinguisher and a VHF, VHF radio. Under here we've got another locker. We've got the engine start stops. We've got a new throttle unit here which has been installed really sympathetically. Nice steering wheel, auto helm, electrical switches, tilt trim, compass, electrical switches, engine alarms, radar, fish finder, and then moving, if I just take a step through the companionway, along the forward end here we've got the starboard engine instrumentation, port engine instrumentation and the port and starboard engine speed. So here we've got fuel tank contents, engine oil pressure and temperature, and battery voltage for both, which is lovely. Just around the forward end of the helm, a bit of a hark back to the old days I suppose, but we've got a lifting lid here which has now got the fish finder inset into it, but if you wanted to fold a paper chart up and stick it under there, then you could do, I suppose, if you really need it, but we have so many instruments on this boat you probably wouldn't, but the current owner has chosen to put some safety information in there, which I think is a great idea. Now, if the radar and the fish finder weren't enough, we have a cable here. I can't find the end of it, but it rolls down, comes down here to the power supply. And the current owners have been using Navionics, which sits conveniently in this binnacle here for that extra little bit of nav, which is fantastic. And if we carry on around here, I'll just show the companionway. There I am, closing myself into the companionway, but nice and easy to move by 2 fingers. Once away, it's away, out the way, and it won't do any damage. And then coming around here, past the part I just mentioned, we've got a nice grab rail here to hold on to while we're up here, or whilst we're descending the companionway or ascending. And then that leads to the final part of the cockpit, which is this L-shaped seating here. Looks nice and comfortable to recline in, I think, and in fact I can report it is nice and comfortable. I have a cup holder here, I've got something to hold on to here, I've got a window there. I could sit here for quite a long time and enjoy it, I'm sure. Anyway, we have one little locker under here, well actually a reasonably large locker, and that is about all of the features of this amazing cockpit. So I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Very nice big cockpit enclosure that we can configure in all sorts of different ways. Great big windows, loads of seating down there, access to the engines, nice companionway, seating up here with the helm, and the helm's got pretty much everything the Starship Enterprise has up here as well. So very nice indeed. Thanks for watching, and do join us for more reviews of other boats. It's always nice to have you along, and yeah, we do hope to see you again in the future. Take care.